Hello and happy Tuesday evening. So got the guys fed supper that they're planting, summer, spring, got everybody taken care of. So I thought, I'm going to come and do a second live. Sorry, I need to adjust that light. I don't know if that's what's giving me a glare, or it could even be my glass mat too at different times of the day. It seems like something always wants to reflect. Maybe if I hold my card there, that might help. I don't know. Anyway, here's my card. All right, so for those of you that love blue, this will be a good card for you. So over the weekend at the retreat that I was at, I worked really hard at trying to replenish my stash of sympathy cards. It seems like whenever people ask, hey, can you make me up some cards? I always want sympathy cards. It's a good thing to have on hand because a lot of time it's unexpected and such. And so with that, I always like to try and have ideas when I do classes. I always like to have one of the cards be like a thinking of you or sympathy that way too. So hopefully this will give you some inspiration using some of my favorite papers. So let me get my camera turned around here. Kind of late in the day, but also it's so exciting to know that the sun is still out because we are into that part of the year, right? Okay, so here we have, let me get the light on it. So sorry for your loss once again, and I hope I'm not sounding like a broken record. We have here we go, prayers and promises. I cannot say enough about this, and I know it's not just me because I feel like this is on all the orders that people place. Like, I feel like if you're my customer and you haven't ordered this, you need it. Usually I'm not one to say what you need or not, but so many people have gotten it and they just love it, and everybody is after this. I know it was even out of stock for a while, but it is back in, and so it is just a very, very good sentiment stamp set, one of the best that we've had. And it's always fun when it's $1 Million Achiever stamp set too. I think it was Carol Nordquist. I should have looked it up before I went live. That it's her $1 Million Achiever stamp set. So that's kind of exciting too, to know that somebody has helped design this because of reaching that momentous occasion. All right, so lots of blues coming together here. I'm using, I'm just going to kind of give you my main color pieces here. This back is the Misty Moonlight. No, excuse me, Night of Navy. No. Oh gosh, let me see my notes here. Okay. That is also like playing tricks on me in my light here. Secret Sea. I love Secret Sea. So this is Secret Sea. This is Cloud Cover, and then this is Misty Moonlight. So sometimes we can get away with using cards when the designer series paper pulls it together. I don't know if I would use Misty Moonlight and Cloud Cover together, but then when you have other things bringing those colors together, yes. And yet give me like a week and I'll design a card and these two colors will be together without any designer series paper, and I'll be, gosh, I like that. So it all just sometimes depends. Hello there, Pam. You're gonna recognize this card here because it was at a class that you came to, and I appreciate that. Okay, so before I put one layer on top of the base, I think I'm going to build this up. So the Peaceful Garden designer series paper came out in the winter catalog that just ended like in very beginning of January, and it had those doves with the Peaceful Garden designer series paper, the doves and all of that. And so this paper is so gorgeous, and I keep ordering it in because it keeps selling. And it doesn't have to be just for winter or for Christmas. I loved the stamp set. I'm not using that today, but loved it just because of the sentiments for, there again, sympathy, or even the Christmas and all sorts of different times of the year as well. So what I did is I cut that down. This is going to be 3.75 by 2 inches here, and then 3.75 by about 1.25 inches, maybe just a skosh after that. Oh, Pam, I just tried to copy that yesterday. That is wonderful. See, that's what I love, is when people can not only come to the class and have fun at the event and activity, but that they continue to stamp at home and continue to use the sample. I even have a stamping friend, Cindy, that I'll be seeing this weekend, and she has like a little photo album. She'll take a picture of the card, and so then her photo album is actually her inspiration album too. So how fun to have like that, so that you never feel stuck, to have layouts. So what I'm going to do is I think I'll start on the outside edges here and get those two ready to go. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it, and I'm not going to press it down too much like so, because I actually before the class I didn't like how tight it was. There we go. And so I eliminated a little bit of width on some of the pieces, and so I was much happier with the outcome for those that attended the class. And then it didn't seem so squished together, and when it's not so squished together, usually there's better results because people are having success without it having a gap on one end and overlapping on the other. So starting on the two outside edges, then you can easily space that in the inside too. Yes, thank you, Pam. I'm excited for next week also. I already have like too many ideas planned in my head. Too many. I know some people would call that a problem, but not really. It's always good to have too many, but yet to try and narrow it down, right? Okay, so now this layer is ready to go on my card base. So this cloud cover base, or cloud cover layer, is cut 4 by 5 1/4. So kind of that standard that I use for the quarter step down for layering and matting, and it's always that same layer for the inside piece too. And then I'm going to just take some adhesive and put this on the back side of the Nested Essentials dies. And this isn't the smallest. I think it's like the second to the smallest, or like not the smallest, but the next step up, that size from the Nested Essentials dies. If I haven't told you, this is carrying over into the next catalog, and I'm very excited about it because I use my Nested Essentials dies all the time. So that, and it comes with other shapes too. And then the other two dies that I use for this card is from the Petals of Beauty. Petals of Beauty, both the stamps and the dies are on the last chance list. And if you've noticed, I've really been using these a lot lately. And so as you can see here, whoops, get it the right way. These are the pieces that I'm going to use from the die cut. Just so pretty. And I love just even cutting it out in different colors can make it look so different. I know that sounds silly, but it's amazing what just different colors can do with your project. And I'm just going to press that into my glue dot here. And then up here, I don't have to be too fussy. I'm just going to pick another kind of larger area, but that's going to get covered up by the other piece. And then I'm just going to kind of hold that down and give it a twist so that it fits within this card front. If I don't twist it, it might go off a little bit, and I don't want it to get taken off in the envelope either. And then let me just grab some dimensionals here. Yeah, so I'm always like afraid that either I'm going to rip something off putting it in an envelope, or the receiver will snag it on something taking it out, and I don't want there to be sadness either way. And actually I'm just going to put a little mini glue dot here also to kind of hold that down over the other here. So I'm just going to kind of overlap that a little bit and just kind of smooth and press out. And then we've got the two layers here. This one wants to flip up, so I think I'm just going to grab another dimensional and tuck that under. When I do that, it's just easy kind of sometimes to lay it on top of my take your pick tool here, like so, kind of feed it and then roll it out, and then it'll stay there, and this take your pick tool comes out. So there we've got that. Now this is almost done. We should do some stamping. But as you could see, like if you like blue, oops, I'm almost losing my take your pick tool. There we go. If you like blue, or just like to have, I know so many people say, oh, I like to just have cards ready to go, maybe not the sentiment. You could just take, and this is also from the Nested Essentials dies, take and just place that with it, or put it in an envelope or something so that it's ready for any kind of sentiment. So just having that kind of as a layout, kind of like people that scrapbook. I know people that just do all of their layouts, so then when their pictures are done, they can just insert photos that way too. So kind of that same idea. So let us get out that Prayers and Promises stamp set and the sentiment, so sorry for your loss. I'm going to stamp that out in my Misty Moonlight ink here. And this one I always feel is kind of goofy. Because of the cursiveness of the sentiment here, I always feel like I have to really look at the words so that I get them straight. So sorry for your loss. And then since I have the ink pad open, I'm going to go ahead and do the inside sentiment here in that same Misty Moonlight. As you grieve, may your memories comfort you, your faith strengthen you, and may hope heal your heart. So that is what that sentiment says. And now this is ready to go on here. So sorry for your loss. I'm just going to put a couple dimensionals on that. And then that can get popped up. Hello, Lynette. Good to see you on here. I'm just going to kind of center this. Well, actually off-center. I think I'm going to off-center it a little bit. Kind of want to take up space, but I don't want it to look goofy either. Struggle of my life, right? Okay, so sorry for your loss. And then if you watched previously today, I did today's double feature day. So previously I used these flat pearls, the 2025 through 2027 in color flat pearls. Really like these, and so I used them on the project before this, and so I'm just going to go back to that. Use the large of the cloud cover, and let's grab a medium here. I'm just going to grab a small cloud cover flat pearl here, just kind of set it off closer to the flowers so that we have just a little bit of bling. I like these flat pearls. They have a little bit of a shimmer, kind of iridescent color to it, but without being too flashy, especially for this being a sympathy card. It's not like you want to be too flashy about things, but it just adds to the elegance in a sense. Hi there, Kathy. Good to see you on here. And then I'm just going to take this piece, like I said, 4 by 5 1/4. That's kind of my standard for the inside of cards, unless I tell you different. And then this is ready to go on the inside. Yeah, the Petals of Beauty dies. I've always been fond of die sets that have these types of like foliage, greenery, something where you can just take and add that elegant touch and change out the colors for your projects and such. I should have, before I went live, look to see this. I don't know what the price is, being it's on last chance. I do know that there is a discount, and often when there's a discount, it's cheaper to buy the stamps and the dies separate than the bundle pricing. So yeah, if you just go into the search bar, Petals of Beauty dies, sometimes it's not what you know, it's finding it. So that way, if you're wondering about something else, I hope I'm guiding you so that you can navigate the website a little bit better too, because they're trying to improve it all the time, and I do feel like they're making great strides compared to where they were, especially with the search features. But just love that, love this paper. So if you ever are looking for something, though, let me know. All right, so there you have a pretty quick and simple layout for that. And also when you cut for projects, sometimes you're using larger chunks. This is a nice little project for those of you that might have strips left over, especially if you kind of cover a whole card front with designer series paper. Often you kind of have that 1.5 to 2 inch strip, and then you can just cut those down and make some card fronts out of that and not feel like you're wasting precious pretty paper. There you go. Okay. We're looking a little worse for wear after running after the guys on the farm. Yep, hair sticking out and everything. But so my goal tomorrow is to line up projects here to do 3 videos for you. And I know that seems like a lot, but I've had them sitting here. And I'm also going crafting this weekend locally here at a retreat. So if you're in the Windham area, want to shop my pop-up sale, I'll be at the American Lutheran Church Thursday afternoon, till evening, Friday almost all day, Saturday till 7 o'clock or earlier. But if you're wondering, are you there or not, if you're making a special trip into shop, just send me a text or something to make sure that I'm there at my table to help you with anything. But I'll have some retired bundles, some 12 by 12 retired pretty papers. I'll have current 12 by 12 paper packs and such like that too. So kind of nice to be able to provide that, as well as some kits. So if you're just out and about, people stop in and see what we're up to anyway, so don't feel like it's an odd thing to do that. And some people like to see what it's all about before they sign up for the next one. So Mary Molenkamp puts on such a great retreat to help out the American Lutheran Church youth group, and so it's just fun to help support her and spread the word for that event. And it would be great to see more people join us too. So that's what I'll be doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So tomorrow, more projects so I can pack some things to work on while I'm there. See you then. Bye-bye.